I think we're more like we're gonna get fucking ambushed.
Yeah, I can't wait because obviously what happens now is we denied level 2, so we have to wait until they're level 3 for us to be level 2.
Oh,
And that's
that'd be a while.
that's a very foreboding way to say,
Don't
"What's up,
say
guys?
that, bro.
We're back with TERATH'S HUNT. What's up, dude? We got Balefall and everything.
Dude, I'm a spider.
Yeah. So I'm gonna activate this scene for you guys, and I'm gonna just tell you guys that we did
Oh
get.
my god, we're fighting the troll.
No, not quite.
No.
I'm gonna ride the troll into battle and
So,
finally use my magic in battle.
I'm just gonna
Don't say you're gonna ride the troll.
Okay.
I did a small more.
The DM has not gotten through 5 sentences.
It's just one of those. It's just one of those sessions. I will be honest, guys. This one's a toughie because we So Balefall wasn't here for a lot for this last TERATH'S HUNT session, and it's been like over 3 months since the last TERATH'S HUNT session, and the last TERATH'S HUNT session was interrupted like less than an hour in because Three Crow's internet crashed and didn't come back on.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
We didn't get very far, as it turns out.
Oh yeah, dude, Tiber and Nathaniel were having fun with the falling floor. I remember this.
Right. So I do need to recap for everybody, mostly because Balefall wasn't here, but also I think it'll be helpful. You guys actually did start off in the storage room, and the corpse of the orc was devoured just as a... You described it as it wasn't left enough in there long enough to marinate, so it's just saw. Even though it's water, so that was funny. Apparently water is orc sauce.
Water is sauce.
So you ate the orc and all that. You tried to focus on silence, and there's an entity within you, it seems, that also craved silence, demanded it almost, and you acknowledged that entity, and that entity acknowledged you. But you didn't talk to the party about this. This is just refreshing you for you. And Three Crow did burpees. Diver did burpees as his rest so that he could be working out while he's waiting, you know? And at that time, Skidmore was like, "Oh, it's a dance," and started dancing next to you. Hunter asked Acoxy for a piece of orc, and Acoxy did provide. But feel free to have Zazzle have said no if you don't want a Hunter eating orc. Although I think he already did, so maybe that doesn't even make sense, and you do want.
Oh yeah, no. Hunter eats what he hunts. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he didn't hunt the orc, but he hunts orcs.
Right? Yeah. So that's fine. It's still valid. So we had a little bit of a talk with the troll because the troll was starting to regenerate before it actually woke up, and so. There was a discussion with the troll, and the troll had indicated that it thought that the Drogari were the only creatures that could halt its regeneration, but then glowered towards Leoza and was like, yeah, except apparently I was wrong about that. And tried to say that the Drogari are really powerful enemies, so you gotta be worried about. She's pretty scared about going up against them again. But then, through the conversation, during, after the short rest or what have you, Skidmore ended up exploring this little area mostly by himself, and just casually was over by the worms down there. So there's a couple of fallen orcs and the Drogari that seem to have been brought there, and it was kind of implied that maybe Skidmore was the one to do it, or would know who did it or how they got there. And he's very nonchalant about this, and Tiber stepped off the little brick wall here to go onto the carpet, and when he did so, he was standing there and rigid, couldn't move, and it was like he was falling. There was a voice in his mind that commanded him to fall, and so he was knocked prone and took fall damage, even though he wasn't visibly falling. And Nathaniel pulled him back up with the help of, I think, Acoxy's string, also his web.
Yeah, I webbed a couple people, I think.
Yeah. But Skidmore has no problems walking around, apparently. And he's just nonchalant. And this is about where we got owned by internet trouble. So I know it's not the same as straight up experiencing any of it, but if anybody would like to ask further questions for info or wants to get back into their character that way, feel free. I also have to say, we are starting later than expected. I will have to go in about 2 hours, so I don't have as long time as we normally do. But that doesn't mean we can't still have a good time being goobers or good birds, whatever you want to say about that.
Well, you know what that means, guys. You're gonna log in and speed run this entire map.
I wish you luck.
It's time
So-
to kill every last Dragari.
Tiber is up. Our goal was to save Skidmore. He seems safe, right?
He does indeed seem to be safe. He's like standing there looking at you while staring at you, wondering what the big deal is.
And our goal was we were gonna put the she-troll with the Eden.
How is he doing that?
Oh,
I don't know how he's doing it, but that carpet sucks.
What's a carpet?
Tiber just points at the carpet.
Oh yeah.
is your friend going to follow us, little one? And Nathaniel will point to the small moor in the distance.
Skidmore looks somewhat excited by the concept, the prospect, but then looks back to you, Nathaniel, with a little bit more of a glum face and is like, "That one never follows Skidmore. Just goes where he pleases."
And let us leave it be and meet with the Eden.
As you are saying this, Nathaniel, you swear you see stirring in the bodies of the orcs and the Drogari. Just very faint motions, but your trained eye certainly notices them. Oh, dude, that sound effect was my brother paying. Good thing.
And the sound effect was my automatic PayPal payment.
Yeah.
So I notice that they're stirring body. Oh God.
It looks just like random movements of limbs. It's not like a sapient stirring necessarily, but it's hard to know unless you were able to put some closer eyes on it.
Well, it just fucked up Tiber. Nathaniel doesn't trust the troll fully. I think you just want to get out of here.
I like the everything that's happening here. All the big ones are quiet.
Sorry about the loud sounds. The troll is healing for a little bit of health. Passively.
So, since Skidmore is confirmed it will not follow, say, then let us leave it to whatever ill desires it has. If it eats orcs, it's not necessarily our enemy.
Skidmore sort of shrugs, waits for any acknowledgement from the rest of the party as the troll seems to be beckoning Skidmore towards her.
Yeah, I don't really want to.
Gently grab Skidmore's shoulder and bring him this way. And no
don't
more
wanna-
wandering off, young man.
Go ahead, Trico.
I agree with Nathaniel. I don't want to fuck with anything related to the big worm.
I agree too.
But
I don't
look
believe
how,
we
look
should
how
do-
quiet it makes things.
Anyway. I agree as well. I don't believe we should be disrupting the native fauna here.
How do you know it's native? Inquires Leoza. Could be invasive.
The deep earth worms in the deep earth are invasive.
Have I ever seen this thing before?
You don't recognize it.
I've never seen it, so it could be invasive. Then again,
Aren't you invasive?
Nathaniel, if anyone's invasive here, it's you.
Yes, I came here as part of an army. You came from a portal.
I suppose I could take a closer look at it. And sure, it's intended to be here.
The troll picks
I'd already-
Skidmore up and promptly begins walking past you all, which leaves room for you, Zazzle, if you...
Hey, what the fuck? I asked you to leave the little guy here.
Wait, Skidmore, I have a question. Stop leaving with your mother. Is the worm loud?
Only inside your head.
That's a very good answer.
I have to think about this.
The troll puts Skidmore down, and as Tiber accosts her, and she says,
I was only moving him out of the way. Do I believe her?
"You're not. It's a little shifty."
Now that we have him secured,
Whoa, Zazzle.
Why is Zazzle
No,
going
no,
over to
no.
the worm of death?
So as soon as Tiber stepped off the onto the blue carpet is when he seemingly was like crushed as if he had fallen, and so there's the pre-existing notion that if you take a step over, it has to be deliberate, and you'd be raised an
So
eyebrow
I
would
think
be
then
raised. in that
Zazzle
way.
would probably stop short of the carpet then.
Okay, got it.
And just kind of peer at the worm, since there was question of whether it's actually supposed to be here, and kind of study it and see if he recognizes it, if it's actually different from... Because I guess he doesn't necessarily know if it's the same kind of worm that, what was it? Bonemore was?
Mm-hmm.
So he might actually be interested in just looking at it from a distance.
Sure.
Bulmore is definitely invasive.
You notice the sort of skin upon this creature, the outer scales, is this warbling motion keeps shaking it, which is not unlike how some of the smaller parts of Bonemore seemed to operate and undulate during its vocalizations and its digging. However, this one seems to be going at maybe a faster pace than is typical for how Bonemore seems to operate. The rotations, the undulations are faster and perhaps just a little bit more intense. The way that they pulsate in that manner. And it's also... It seems to be like erupting from a part of the ground that once held a lot of stone and other, artificial material, shall we say, artificially constructed material. So it's difficult to surmise if it's, unburrowing from a more natural habitat that itself shaped. It doesn't look like it took deliberate shaping to necessarily navigate the, set up a camp around here or anything. So it's certainly taking an opportunistic time to leap into this particular area and using it as some sort of feeding ground or nest.
Mhm.
But other than that, it's difficult for you to tell what it might be actually doing. And you, as well, just as Nathaniel did, will notice the bodies having occasional seizes and contortions, but not in a way that would imply deliberate consciousness.
Mhm. There is something unusual about the bodies. They seem to be moving, though not in a way that would make me think they're undead, just maybe seizing.
So you had mentioned...
They're orcs. They can stay undulating as they please. Or as it pleases. It's not our problem.
You had mentioned there was like a presence in my head.
It felt like something was the source of emotions you do not typically feel. Like there's like an anger at the sounds that entities were making by living.
Oh, okay. So it wouldn't be something I could ponder on with this entity.
Yeah, it's not like
Would it make
It's not like having the soul of a fallen warrior in your mind, becoming ensouled the way you are in ADS. Yeah, it's feels more like when you really try to pay attention, you can see what it might be thinking or doing, but not really more than just hating noise.
Yeah, so I wouldn't get any like specifics.
Right.
And even if I would, it wouldn't be in this kind of environment, most likely.
Yeah, if it's an entity you can commune with, you're not sure how. Yet.
All right. So, Eric, don't wander off into death.
Well, Eric just steps closer to Zazzle and to Nathaniel and mutters, "I see you've for once seen a monstrosity you didn't care to touch. My blade."
If we had the time to kill it, or the resources, I would. But our foe is primarily of a green-skinned kind. We can't be making war with every monster we come across in this land of such things.
Eric nods and sort of like acknowledges that he had a little bit of a jab in there, and he says, I agree. Not the sort of thing I'd like to run up against.
I think it would certainly be a waste of your time. I doubt this worm would make its way all the way back to the surface and threaten your people.
Yes, that is what we're here for, mutters Leoza. To quell threats to our people.
Indeed.
And turning to the troll, Nathaniel will say,
Speaking of, we still have not had an oath from you.
I like to think that the swigging was part of that statement.
Yeah, she's in the middle of drinking a bunch of ale. The troll mutters under her breath and looks back towards Skidmore for a moment. She seems to be weighing something, like some sort of decision. If you feel like interjecting, feel free to, but otherwise I'll proceed.
well, we haven't visited the Eden to ask for his consent yet to fucking house a she troll. So I guess Nathaniel would feel compelled to inform her that that would be the plan. But, I don't know a non-clunky way to do that.
Well, you could restate what kind of oath you're looking for exactly, and probably piggyback off of that.
We need Skidmore to remain our guide, at least for now. But we would not have a problem returning him to you upon his completed service, provided that you swear to leave us to our quest and to not take up arms against us again. We would likely ensure such a bond by entreating with the local Eden. A titan of his size should be able to hold you to your word. And he has proved honorable and fair in his dealings. With us, at least.
The troll looks you and the party over and says, I'm too weary for this to continue on for much longer. I will return to my chamber where I prepare the food. You, she gestures to Skidmore, almost dismissively, which doesn't really match how she has acted before. Can have him until you turn him to me. She begins to turn away.
Mm. All right, Mr. Wisdom. Nope. All right. Now. So Nathaniel will say as the troll turns,
So I have your word then.
She looks like she's about to say something to you, Nathaniel, then reconsiders it and just gives you a silent nod. Walks away further.
all right. When she's out of earshot or troll earshot, Nathaniel will say,
Less than ideal, but my honor will not be sullied if we are forced to put her down as a result of treachery in the future.
After you finish saying that, Tiber's gonna slap Skidmore on the back way too hard and say,
Hear that, little buddy? Mama's letting you come over for a sleepover.
Skidmore just gets like
damn it.
shoved off like several feet by your blow to the back and almost yelps a little bit. And then he turns around and like rubs the spot where you hit. And he's like looking at you like,
Me have to go back to her later? Well, if you don't want to, we can make that happen. Me no wanna.
Nathaniel hear the go back to her later.
yeah, he's not being quiet about it.
So Nathaniel will say, yes.
He's not being
We
quiet.
shall make sure that you do not eat for a day before we send you, and you can slip away on your own time.
Let him slip away. Fuck that, I'm bringing him with me back to the surface.
Tiber, I swore I would return him to his mother, and I will see it done. If you
Sure.
want to go on a heist to then steal him afterwards, that's a different story.
How about this? Me and Skidmore disappear in the night, and you can go tell the troll that you got nothing for her.
I would have to hunt you down, Tiber.
You
Oh.
can try.
Wait. What if small man brings Skidmore to troll? Then
And he tugs on your bicep there, Tiber.
big man takes Skidmore in front of everybody and run.
Yeah, Tiber, you gotta prove to him that you like him first.
See, that's a pretty solid idea there, little buddy, but your mama's got way bigger fucking legs than me.
I can't believe we're talking about
We'll cross
this.
the bridge when we get there.
But Tiber, I can just tie her legs up and then she'll trip.
Oh, well, we're settled then, so long as there's someone between me and the troll.
I didn't say I'd be between.
And it can't be me.
Nathaniel looks very frustrated.
Nathaniel, this is a conversation for later. I think for now, we should focus on the task at hand. For all we know, Skidmore won't even survive.
What?
Yes.
Speaking of the task at hand, Leoza, why did we come down here again?
We were trying to figure out where Skidmore had gone off to, and then you fell while standing still.
No. I don't mean why did we come in here. I mean, why did we come down here?
Oh. Well, this place holds artifacts and apparently entities of great power. And those aligned against us, such as those greenskins and Drogari, if they were to obtain said power, they could seriously threaten the kingdoms above.
We need to kill all the elves.
All right.
Rogari, not all elves.
Well, we could kill all of the elves, but I don't see how 2/3 of them would really help here.
Nathaniel rolls for knowledge of the Sazerac campaign.
I like the idea that they're actually all evil even here.
Narath beams the information into his mind.
That is technically a nat 20.
Yeah.
I dreamed about a dragon that said that all elves are evil.
It's just like it's just
It went
20%
away, though.
less interesting.
Yeah. I think 3 crits.
Yes, but that dragon
Oh, yeah.
himself was evil.
Eh.
Yeah, that's what Nathaniel's thinking.
I think there was a room we missed in the other chamber that might have elves in it. Why don't we go check it out?
Yes, let us kill them.
Nathaniel.
Can I eat those elves first?
Please do not talk about just indiscriminately killing elves.
You're not an elf, are you?
No.
All right, you got nothing to worry about then.
You
Nathaniel,
people really are
not
civilized, aren't you?
remember if elves are. You are literally a fucking animal man.
Hey,
Yeah.
don't,
You're a tribal shaman.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Fucking
Civilized.
don't get it confused now, guys. Civilized just means we think before we commit genocide.
Sounds about right. As you guys are walking back through the halls, Skidmore like dallies back and forth between like Eric and Leoza, and Eric keeps like jerking his hand up like, "Oh, don't touch me." And Tiber, as you walk through the door, you notice a familiar face. Well, a familiar set of armor, and a less familiar one.
Well, I'll be damned. Look who decided to come back.
Tiber! Kristoff immediately like gallops towards you almost. He's flanked by
I
a
figured
more weary looking older thing. Judging by his appearance, Tiber, he is a fate lot.
What the fuck is that?
Skin mottled gray and ash. Armor that looks very well worn, but like it's perhaps a little bit upper scale than, you know, the average soldier. And a menacing pair of blue horns protruding from his helmet, custom fashioned by a steel worker. A beard of white. Implies age, but doesn't outright reveal it.
As someone who knows what's down here, you should probably ask Kristoff something only Kristoff would know.
Yeah, buddy, what the hell? I thought you were gonna go report to command, not bring me some fucking dead guy.
The man who is definitely not dead doesn't seem to have any reaction to this, which does make him seem a little dead. Kristoff, however, says, "Oh, listen, I did report back to command. You gotta understand that they basically turned me right back around and told me to come give you guys new orders. Unfortunately, I had more men when I left. It was really only thanks to this fella that I managed to get this far, to be real with you."
No, guys, I'm serious. Ask him something only he would know.
All right, well, what are the orders?
I guess that is something only he would know, but Tiber doesn't know it, so he's just being really literal about it.
Brother Kristoff, was the symbol that I had Tiber mark on the walls for you
Sorry about that.
to follow us here.
Symbol. He kind of scrunches his nose a little bit.
Yeah, it's kind of shaped like my fist.
I was gonna say. Jesus Christ! Sorry, hold on.
You're
It's
finally
your
getting that
husband.
call.
I was gonna say, Jesus Christ. Exercise this demon.
Wait, Jesus Christ is calling him?
He-
That's a
he's-
really important call, huh?
He said earlier today during the stream that he was expecting a phone call that might interrupt the stream.
Well, not quite.
Well, turned out it was a different stream.
Yeah, well, it also wasn't that anyways, just somebody who's got the wrong number. My phone number was apparently also used, like, before it was mine years ago. It was like a Haitian couple, and I get phone calls for their healthcare shit and stuff all the time, and I'm just like, no, you have the wrong number. I don't know how many times I have to tell you people you have the wrong number. I have not
Yeah,
done.
people never never remove phone numbers from lists and shit. So you just keep getting the same fucking calls.
Yeah, I just have
Hey.
I just add more numbers to my block list all the time.
Every time they call you, you got to pick up the phone and say, "What do you want now, Bubba Clot?"
See if they'll actually respond to that. All right. So,
With the mention of fist,
yes.
Nathaniel will turn the Tiber like fist.
Yeah, like, big imprint on the wall and sometimes on the floor. It looked kind of like a
Nathaniel.
big old creature stepped everywhere, but well. And then he gestures to the entity behind him. Kemadas here told me for sure that was Tiber.
Tiber, I trusted you to make the mark. Brother,
I'm not a fucking artisan, dude. I used what I had.
it's just an eye.
Oh my god, you guys are useless. Eric, ask him something only you and him would know. Please, for the love of God.
Huh. Kristoff. And Kristoff turns to Eric as he approaches. Eric seems to have grasped the significance of the situation. What's my name?
Yeah.
I don't know what that sound was, but it's really good.
That was
Eric, what the hell?
And then Kristoff leans in and whispers in hushed tones, trying to be as covert as possible. And at that, Eric sort of freezes a little bit, tenses up, and slowly relaxes, and takes a step back. And he's like, "Yeah, that's him."
Nathaniel raises an eyebrow, but
You barely hear the slightest. You almost would swear it's a different language, but you're pretty sure you heard some common in there. I mean, it's a name, so it's hard to tell, but it's really long. That's all you figured out, Nathaniel.
Eric's
Alright.
an elf. We were
Like
just
what?
talking about killing all the elves. And Eric's an elf.
Whether it's him or not, what are the new orders?
Kristoff kind of shakes his head a little bit, as if he's trying to undo some weirdness, and he takes a step back and he gestures once again to the man he called Kemadas earlier. "You want to take it away?" And Kemadas responds by stepping forth and producing a large metal axe that he leans on. It's more of a hand axe than a great axe, but it's still a little bit larger in size and stature. And as he leans forward on it a little bit, he is almost using it to brace himself, and he begins to enunciate in what to Nathaniel will recognize the voice, and Tiber will probably recognize it as well. It is the voice of the army general that had declared certain things about the situation and had given you orders in the past in person, or that you had overheard deliver speeches to the military. And this man, General Teneras, excuse me, I stumbled a little bit. I'll spell that for you guys. Teras. General Teras said, apparently, according to this guy, "This is General Teras. I am commanding you to, as best you can, lay claim to this place that you have found and continue searching for any signs of those that lurk below." Again, the man who's delivering this is very clearly not the general, but he's doing a remarkable impression at the very least. And the orders continue. "Study whatever you can about these teleportation magics. We will be searching for more of them closer to the surface, as they represent a significant threat to us. And perhaps to those above us. Lastly, if you come across anything of significant stature or threat, do not hesitate to report to us." And that seems to be the end of the order. Commodus leans back a little bit.
Practical, considering. Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying that Commodus leans back a little bit and no longer braces himself with his axe. He stows it.
Report seems impractical given the losses you've incurred on your way here, Christoph. Were they from local fauna or the enemy?
More like local fauna, I would say, though I can't be sure who they served.
What is this about teleportation?
No, that was way at the start. The whole thing that kicked us off is that we came across teleporting braziers.
Yeah, the orcs were using to relocate in the middle of the battlefield, and the Drogari used it to evacuate, but not before one of them got axed by Nathaniel.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That was like the first session.
And
Yeah, that was a while ago.
not for nothing, as much as I love eating orcs and Drugari and all that, why should I still be here? Like, you just got a new...
We are going to feed you every Drugari and orc in this realm.
I mean, that sounds like a tall order.
I know. Don't you want to find out whether or not you're biologically capable of indigestion?
Since you met us,
I don't know what
you
that
have eaten an ogre and a practical army of orcs. And we are but... Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4...
I mean, it's like monthly for me. He's just playing hardball.
He's like, nah, I need more of a something.
I can't wait for this to go on for way too long, and then just the god in my head to be like, "You're fucking going."
Stop being so loud.
We will, if you have any ideas as to what a proper reward would be, you are welcome you are welcome to ask.
Akaxi,
Not
as
time guessing your motivations, abomination.
Akaxi, as you think over this offer from Nathaniel, you once again think specifically about the deaths of all of the orcs and Drogari, and that entity that you had the acknowledgement with earlier seems to almost like be pulled in that direction.
You guys will see a Coxie through the darkness, or I assume someone has a torch, but I'm on a different height level, so it doesn't show me that.
Oh, yeah. The torches are being held by both Skidmore and Christoph, so you are in plainly visible.
So you guys see a Coxie like pondering, and then he'll close his eyes for a little longer than a blink, and he'll say, "All right, well, my god just wants me to kill a bunch of stuff, so sure."
That's not alarming at all.
Nathaniel raises an eyebrow.
That's not fucking horrifying. I swear.
And Zazzle will turn to
creatures-
Nathaniel. Oh, sorry. I was gonna say
Go ahead. Go ahead,
Zazzle would turn to Nathaniel and say, "I've already talked about this, and it seems fine."
Guys, I really don't know what the big deal is. He just really likes quiet, and he's on your side right now, so can't be that bad.
One abomination at a time.
Well,
That
it's
is
more,
how
it's more
you
like
deal with evil.
it's more like abominationception, because you clearly think I'm an abomination, so you definitely think my god's an abomination.
Yes.
So it's kind of like two abominations at a time, but then there's that guy over
Coxie,
there, so it's like three
stop talking.
abominations.
Stop, please.
Do not
I'll
count
leave
the
the god
abomination.
playing to
You're
my
n-
kin.
You're not my god, says Kazazel. But it's still a good idea.
Christoph,
Aye.
you said that it is due to the demon blood that you survived, and he is the one who have imparted these orders. Am I to understand that he was a part of your company from the beginning?
He was assigned to me as messenger, considering I apparently didn't do a good enough job remembering every detail or something. So, well, this fella's got a knack for finding recent history in the ether or some such. He seems very, hand wavy about the whole thing, and he's using... His hands keep moving as if he's, trying to grasp at words that he doesn't quite understand or know. And in the process, he finally sort of says, well, he did a pretty good job verifying what I was saying when he went ahead and looked at the aftermath of our first battle there. And then he was able to help track down where you guys all went using that power of his. As you can see, he doesn't really talk much when he's not echoing people.
Is he a Kenku?
Nathaniel will look in surprise at the description of a quiet thing that memorizes real well and has limited vocal capacities other than mimicry.
Kevadus is going to
also don't
look
think
at
he's a
you,
bird.
Nathaniel, and he will open his mouth for the only time other than the time he was reporting the order. And instead of human speech, the sound of 1,000 stones shaking in the quake of the earth and grinding against each other impossibly loudly will emerge from his lips, immediately shaking everybody's attention to him for a moment. And it only lasts for a moment. It's a very short sound. And then he closes his mouth. And even though you didn't understand any words from that, Nathaniel, you get a clear picture of no. Apparently that's what he said. Was no.
That creature has to die. That is way too loud.
After this happens, Tiber will step up to Kristoff and he will say,
Look, man, it's nice that you're back, but you gotta understand a couple things here.
Huh?
First of all, some really fucking disturbing shit has gone on down here, and now he's one of them. So tell him.
Sorry, that was really good.
Tell him not to do that shit anymore. 2.
and I'm going to point at Skidmore.
That's Skidmore. If you hurt him, I'll fold your spine like a shirt.
I like the idea that he does the laundry.
Well, that should be more horrifying if he doesn't even really fold it with much effort. He just kind of scrunches it up and throws it in a corner.
3rd, we have reason to believe that the enemy is hiding out somewhere in this chamber.
And I'm going to point to the left.
So, we're going to go that way, and if you want to make yourself useful, you can come with us.
Blue, You said he was blue, right?
He's got blue horns. He's got very
Oh.
faded, like
Yeah,
purple
yeah.
blue skin.
Blue horned thing guy. Can you just not do that ever again?
He seems to open his mouth again, but Kristoff immediately kind of like rests a gauntlet on his shoulder and is like, "Yeah, he would love to not do that again." And then he looks over to Timer. He kind of like gauges everything that was said. He's like, "Well, I really like my spine, so even though that guy kind of creeps me out a little bit, I will reserve the right to not attack him." And well, you guys all seem pretty on edge, and you also seem to have found a lizard man and a dog. And oh, that's not a dog. He like looks at Hunter for a little bit longer and seems to get a little bit distracted from what he's saying. And then he kind of like shakes himself and he's like, "Well, you seem to have found 2 lizard men, and that's also great. But yeah, I
It is
don't
not a
think we're
man.
going back."
It is a noble hunter, Sir Kristoff. It is an Isindesar.
Holy shit, he got him.
Hunter is the Ascendosaur.
Yeah, fuck, dude, I can't believe I have to do D&D for another hour after that. That's crazy. How am I supposed to follow that?
It's like why can't it be the end?
I don't know. There's something really disturbing shit has gone on here. And that joke was one of them.
What are we, some kind of Isindesar?
What are we, some kind of a Cindosaur? And it's just a fucking T-Rex.
It's just Hunter.
Yeah,
Or,
close up.
as roller skates would say, it's in D's.
He would say
Is it
that,
decent?
actually. I don't think he's ever encountered a Cindosaur, or to the degree that he knows it as a thing, but he definitely... He would say
Send him
that.
clip.
He would say that. Well, yeah, Kristoff is like... yeah, I forgot Nathaniel said that in character. Kristoff kind of looks at Nathaniel for a long moment, and then he goes, "Right. So, since I'm stuck with you guys again, insofar as I will not be able to make it back all on my own or even with Kamidas's help, what do you suppose we do?" And he looks back to Nathaniel, like indicating, "Well, you got an idea here?"
My god says we should kill a lot of stuff.
Akoxi.
Yes, we were going.
Please stop talking.
We were. As Tiber said, we are going to investigate a room that is suspected to hold enemies. We will slaughter them if they are there, or press on if they are not. Regardless, we have a clear mandate from the spirit of this place, a noble Doe elf who has given us a task to also cleanse this temple. It seems all of our various allegiances are aligning. And as it's clear, and if it's not clear enough, it would take far too long to fill you in on every detail. It's probably best to wait until after we rest upon a successful battle.
Or, like along the way. Did your general say anything nice about me?
So you even know you exist?
He'd be like a bad general if he did it.
How do you know what a general is? Does your kind lead armies?
Nathaniel, you think about the prospect of armies.
Yeah, armies of Zazzle. Not Zazzle, fucking whatever the fuck your character's name. Our Armies of Kyle.
Armies of Akoxi, yeah.
Yeah.
He's an Aaron-ask, dude.
He looks. It's like utter horror at the sheer hunger legions of Kyles would have. The stripping land.
That would be a plague.
Your kind breeds slowly, I hope.
Akoxi, you can tell him that he is the exact opposite.
No, we kind of there's a lot of us. A lot of us come out of the eggs, and then it's kind of just survival of the fittest. Man, it was rough being a child.
Does Zazzle know anything about?
Are you at least cannibals?
Oh no, we would never eat each other. That's like a sin.
Are you? You're lying.
Holy shit.
Zazzle know if he's lying.
All right, DM. Do I believe that?
I like the one insight.
Honestly, I was gonna be like, "There's no way you do, Nathaniel." That beggars belief. That, like, them even thinking about things as a sin. Like, how could that even be? Could it be that there's a divine spark within this misbegotten race? After all,
Yeah, obviously.
No,
the divine spark of me.
Daniel doesn't think of that. No, he's thinking like, oh my god, what am I empowering?
yeah, it could also be. It's even more horrifying than that, because not only do they have so many of them, but they all eat everything other than themselves.
I will have to pray on this thought.
Zazzle just hitting him with the "You're lying." You really got it.
No. That was just me saying. I was
Nathaniel,
asking
I'm also
if
learning how to pray.
Zazzle actually knows anything about Aaron asks.
I don't think you would have heard really much about them, so I'm gonna say
Yeah, like maybe just the name and that they're like spider-like
right.
beings.
It would still, regardless, your basic knowledge of ecology and nature, plus your knowledge of how like spider things in general work. Forget
Right.
about Aaron specifically. That answer surprises you, and
Yeah, I
you know,
think that's pretty accurate. Yeah.
yeah.
That is surprising. From what I know of spiders, they generally eat their siblings.
Yeah, it's also a lie.
Oh, well, that explains a lot, doesn't it?
Thank the gods.
Nathaniel, we should pray together sometime.
Holy shit, that's horrifying. Say I'm a bird.
Right?
Say I'm a bird.
Yes, we should pray to my god together.
He also wants you to kill a lot of stuff.
Yes.
I somehow don't believe that. Zazzle doesn't get nearly as mad as he does with me when you talk about your god.
Skidmore this entire time has been kind of dancing around Kemedes, looking at him and like going, you know, kind of like nudging him or whatever, just inspecting him like a kid would. And Kemedes finally like just extends a hand very suddenly and grabs Skidmore's shoulder to steady him in place. And like Skidmore was just in the middle of saying,
Wow, look at this one. Never seen one like him before. So unique. Different. Woo, placement for...
and then he gets grabbed and he says,
I am Kemedas, and I will speak to you through this vermin if it continues to annoy me.
and then he releases Skidmore and Skidmore goes, ah!
Oh yeah, that absolutely has to die.
Well, Tiber already said if you fuck with, kill you.
Yeah, he said that to Kristoff. If you hurt him, he'll kill you. But...
Tiber, he just touched your son.
Hold on.
Stop antagonizing each other, goddammit. I do not wish to have to racially segregate this party.
Fuck you.
You can't say that.
No one mentioned race, man.
I don't think that would work. Most of us are one of
Yeah.
a kind.
It's okay. You could divide us
The
by
abominations would go together.
No,
And
That doesn't solve
By count-
anything. Doesn't Skidmore count as an abomination or no?
No, he's Tiber's son.
Oh, okay. I see.
It's Tiber's-
You put a Kogsu
I
with
don't,
coming
I,
out.
I don't know what I don't know what you're saying, dude. Tiber's son is a fucking abomination.
Yeah, that's true. Look at him.
He actually looks at Skidmore as like, maybe this one has a divine spark. He did not think the same about fucking Kyle.
Well, what is Tiber doing? It looks like he's walking up to Hunter.
Of course, we humans have to stick
Yeah,
together.
Yeah.
I'm eyeballing Hunter,
Mhm.
and then I'm looking over at Skidmore. How much bigger is Skidmore than Hunter?
Oh my god, he's gonna mount him.
Skidmore is certainly, taller by a little bit, but not by much, honestly. And probably weighs a lot less.
Hey, Zazzle.
Yes.
Wouldn't it be funny if Skidmore rode Hunter like a horse?
Do not desecrate the perfect hunter.
I don't know that Hunter would appreciate that.
Look
that
at him,
also
he-
would not appreciate that.
He probably weighs like 10 pounds.
Oh, I'm not saying the Hunter couldn't carry him. I'm just saying you might not have a Skidmore anymore.
The rider is duty bound to match the honor of his steed. While Skidmore has provided service, he has not yet earned the right to mount such a noble creature as the hunter.
Fine. He'll earn it one day.
Yes, let's move forward so that can come quick. So that day comes quicker.
I agree. It's about time we get a move on.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Come over here, Skidmore. Don't stay near that weird guy.
Don't have to say that to me twice.
And Skidmore will sort of mutter and start walking over. Eric and Leoza take a bit of a longer moment to reconvene with Kristoff. And Commodus sort of saunters past them all after the rest of the party.
Nathaniel will try and size up Commodus as he passes him.
My buttons won't work.
Are you looking for anything in particular when you do
thank
that?
Symbols of what organization, like mercenary company he could be belonging to, religious symbols. I think Nathaniel would know that fate lots are cursed people,
Sure.
but they would obviously be extremely despised in his land in particular, even more so than they probably are here. So he is suspicious of this man, despite him being verified by Kristoff and having the general's orders. So basically anything that looks like shady motherfucker. And do I have to put you down later?
So he looks like he's mean in the sense of his ability. Looks like he means business. He definitely feels there's like something a little bit eerie about his movements, and when you listen closely enough, you can hear like a very faint wheezing being really the only vocalizations he makes through effort and exertion. And his complexion certainly makes him seem like an older individual, which would imply that he's survived quite a bit of time as the thing that he is. And him being in service to humans maybe makes you feel like, okay, well, if he lived this long to be this old in these lands, he's probably not aligned against humanity at the very least. There are some faintly human-like features about him, indicating perhaps his lineage prior to his curse was, in fact, human. And he doesn't bear any outward insignias, but you know that wasn't exactly uncommon for more last-minute hires or accompaniments, particularly anyone that they secured along the route. They didn't always have spare regalia necessarily.
All right. What is their What are his weapons?
He holds a simple but effective battle axe and no other adornments that you can espy. Kristoff spoke of magic, but it's not clear looking at him what exactly he would be using to channel it.
All right. Letting the guy get somewhat ahead, Nathaniel will walk beside Kristoff and say,
He got you through the passage. I take it he's a good fighter.
Barely had to lift his hand, to be real with you. To be honest with you, Kemidas is a bit enigmatic to me. I've never met a warrior quite like him, and his magic seems to be both useful in a fight and during an investigation.
Also, as you guys
Seems we-
walk past this general area, you'll hear a faint, splash and then a faint clatter coming from the same room that you met the veiled woman in, the proto-elf. But
"Where's the rest of the party?"
they're far, far away.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah, so
Azel
we're
and
kinda
Tiber have
catching
walked
up.
all the way to the door, but I'm just letting you guys know there's a noise there, so you guys can clock that for later.
Or derail and explore it now.
Yeah, as a final wrapping up, Nathaniel will say,
It seems a recurring theme in this endeavor that we find useful monsters to work with. But I will not be able to put aside the marks of a demon spawn, regardless of his utility. Him and the Aranask are unnerving creatures.
well, him and the Spider-Man, I should say. I don't know what an Aranask is.
Eric and it gives you a little grunt of approval on that, and Kristoff sort of nods about it. Wandering through, he's taking in the architecture for the first time, and he's seemingly quite impressed by the scale of things. Wasn't expecting a place so vast. And as Leoza turns the corner, Skidmore is going to be sitting in the bone chair and gleefully sort of wiggling in it.
When Skidmore get bigger, he can use that chair.
And he points to the larger chair off to the east.
It will be a worthy prize for Pilast. With a hero, then most likely well.
Well, you were kind of
Yes.
roboting there, so I only heard the first part of that. Or maybe I was roboting. I'm not
It
sure.
will be quite the prize to lay claim for for Pilast. Likely a hero's ransom as well.
You'll get a nod of approval from that. And then we'll come upon Tiber and Zazzle and Hunter all looking at the door since they got there first.
My son.
Although Tiber's at half health. Does anyone have healing for that man?
I probably did, but
I gotta use the restroom real quick, so I'll be right back while you plot
I
your
have-
next move.
one first level spell, so I get to cast Cure Wounds once.
Should we short rest?
Probably. But, this party never does that.
Well, that's why I'm saying it. Do we want to short rest? El, do you have spell slots?
What?
Elder. Do you have spell slots?
I have one.
It
Okay,
sounded like you said,
you
do you
are-
have spell slots?
Do you want to short rest to regain a spell slot each?
Yeah, that's fine. I don't really. It's up to everyone else.
So
I'm
Acoxy
just
should
the
be the
health
one
pitch.
to pitch that because it doesn't make sense narratively for Nathaniel to do it. Tiber can probably do it, but I don't know if Tiber makes sense narratively. Basil can probably pitch it too. He's like the straight
Yeah,
man.
he is the careful
Yeah,
one.
I
Usually.
don't know if Acoxy like cares, which is kind of his whole problem. But
And
I mean,
I
haven't
have
you almost died?
I have full key points, and I still have my racial ability. So, so long as I don't get one shot, it should be all right.
Alright, so it's 2 short rests, 1 no. I don't want to be the deciding vote.
I feel like we could probably just go through more combat.
One more
And
combat?
yeah, and then we'll probably just need to do a long rest after that.
I just don't want it to be unfun because you have no spell slots, right?
Yeah,
Oh.
that's the problem with playing D&D. Playing casters.
I feel like if half the party wants to short rest right now, we should just short rest.
Well, didn't Shoulder say that actually his character wouldn't want to rest right now?
I mean, if the whole party wants to rest, then Shoulder doesn't.
Who?
You.
You.
You're taking a short rest, Darian. Roll hit dice.
Oh, fuck yeah. I could use the short rest.
I also could use a short rest.
So, as we approach the door, Tiber will turn around and say, "All right, guys, who needs to take a nap?"
I am a little spent from the previous encounters.
All right, that's 2. Who else?
Acoxy? Nathaniel?
I mean, I guess I could, but I have no food.
Let me see. Do I have food for you?
I'm surprised you didn't steal the orcs from that worm.
Yeah, I asked Skidmore if that was a good idea, but nobody responded, and they were kind of moving a little weird, and it just seemed like a bad idea all around.
You thought about something before doing it, and it was eating?
Yeah, I didn't want to like rub it in anyone's faces or anything, but it was pretty impressive.
Well, if you get thirsty, there's some water over there.
That's the fucking water that turns things into fucking bronze.
Yeah, I had some fun with that water. I'm okay.
We can pray for sustenance in the next battle, Kyle. Azantil will be pleased to have a new devotee.
I mean, I'd be good with one of those grapes or whatever Zazzle gave me last time.
Skidmore clambers onto the table that appears to have been made out of bone of some kind and points at the pig's head on the table, the smaller serving table, and says,
Food. Maybe?
Give me a second, guys. He's gonna
Then
hang from
decide.
he's gonna hang from the ceiling, and he's gonna like do everything he can to ensure that this pig's head is indeed a pig's head.
okay,
He's gonna sniff it. He's gonna inspect it. He's
Yeah,
gonna do everything he can.
feel its texture perhaps.
Pigs are native to the Underdark?
Well, that's not great. Oh, that's a persuasion. Not what I wanted to roll. Well,
Yeah, well, you would have gotten a 14, is what you're saying.
yeah, I was trying to roll perception, but I rolled a nat 20, motherfucker.
Oh, shit. That's why you don't do a fake roll after your real
Yeah,
roll.
that's why you don't accidentally roll fucking
Yeah.
persuasion.
Well, as you sort of look at it and you're trying to figure things out about it, your senses certainly smell to paint the picture that it is the head of a juicy boar of some kind. Not your first choice for what you would eat, but pretty good overall. And there's everything about it besides where it is and the context with which you're finding it make it seem like it's a pig's head. Somebody put it here. For what purpose, you're not sure. And it seems to have not be in any state of rancid or decay. Oh, shit.
Kyle is going to try and find some of the local smaller spiders and get them to take bites out of the pig's head to see if they die.
Oh.
If he, like, anything below, like, a 1, or, I mean, below a 2, he probably would have just fucking ate it, but,
Yeah, but still, the fact that it's
he's trying to be
weird.
cautious.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have the rolls. I like to think are just like tiebreakers for your own head or something. They don't have to be.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm calling for it. So, Coxie, you negotiate the collaboration with some of the smaller spider things in the area, and sort of lure them towards this thing. You're noticing that you're like kind of having to point out the food to them as like they lead them to it a little bit more than typical. But once they're there, once they notice it, they kind of spring at the opportunity. It's like they get a little bit surprised when they get close enough, and then they start eating, and then they have their fill, and then they start moving away, and it seems like they're almost communicating the other ones as if to say, "Hey, there's food down here." So I don't know. You might get a little bit territorial because it's the fact that they're all trying to tell each other about the food that they just found.
He's going to observe for just a little bit longer.
Okay. How long are we thinking? Like a minute, a couple minutes?
Yeah, probably a minute. He is still hungry.
You could say that about any time. All right, so while that's happening, leaving you in suspense for a moment, Nathaniel had his line, and Kristoff and Kemadas are going to sort of wander about, and while Kristoff like finds a spot to sort of rest and look towards the door per Nathaniel's orders, Kemadas is just moving over to the chair here and like once again produces his axe, but just like before, not using it for the purpose of warfare or attacking, but instead just sort of leaning against it for a moment. He reaches out to touch the chair. First the spot, one of the sides of it, then the seat of it. It seems to be like almost in a trance-like state. As that's going on, you'll have Leoza and Eric draw somewhat closer to their old friend.
Well, Tiber will sit and lean his back against the door, and then you will hear.
Oh shit! Is he trying to snore?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. The snoring of rocks.
That's my favorite Pokemon move, Rock Snore.
Skidmore sits in the big, oversized for him chair after looking at what Kemadas was doing with the other chair, and he's just like sitting there waiting with a smirk on his face. What's Azel up to? It looks like he's wandered over to the bone chair.
Yeah, he's probably inspecting it along with Hunter. I don't remember. Did we ever find out what's up with this chair? Why is it a bone chair?
It's just made out of bones. They look a little bit bigger sized than humans. And it looks like it's of semi-recent make, perhaps. Certainly not so like many years old like the rest of the places.
So Zazzle is gonna reach down and he's going to try to break off one of the bones from the bone chair and give it to Hunter.
Ah. Yeah, it takes a little bit of effort. They've clearly been, put together with some element of construction, but you're able to rip it free and present it to Hunter.
That's exactly what Zazzle's gonna do, and Hunter will probably take it and run off with it.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Maybe he
Find a
can.
place to
I wonder if
chew on
he'll
it.
show it to Akaxi,
There
since
you go.
Akaxi gave him an orc.
Pork piece.
I wonder if it's orc bone.
What if it's red bone?
Chair was an orc once.
So, Akaxi, it looks like the only thing that's happened near you besides Skidmore changing his position was what Kemadas was up to, where he was entering into a sort of trance. Is that going to change anything about the way that you're doing your stuff? You just waiting on that spider outcome?
Yeah, just trying to let the spiders make the first move,
Mm-hmm. Well, many more spiders have congregated at the place that you have demonstrated, and they seem to, you're doing your best to track which ones have had a piece and which ones haven't, and none of them are dropping dead or looking any worse for wear, and so they do appear to be still very much intact and alive.
Skidmore, do you think I should eat this?
Why wouldn't you? Is it expired?
It's down here.
Kemadas finishes what he was doing with the chair and begins to run his hand along the table, slowly approaching Skidmore, but not specifically Skidmore. Just he seems to still be in his little movement there. Skidmore continues to mull over the thoughts.
I think I understand your concern. Someone put nice meal on table, then leaves it. Did they not want it? Is it not yummy?
Yeah, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. He'll look back to the spiders, and seeing that they're possibly enjoying it, he will say, I'll live. And he'll start wrapping up a cocoon. Not a cocoon. What are they called? Hammock.
Ah, you're getting ready to enjoy.
No, he's making a hammock to just relax and wait out the hour.
Oh, okay. You're not participating. Got it. Well, as you take the time to make your web hammock, and Midas seems to abruptly finish what he's doing and starts to walk over towards another artifact of interest. Akaxi, maybe another minute goes by, and you swear you hear the faintest, quietest sounds of pigs oinking.
Oh man,
Piggy time.
There's a
That
lot. There starts to get a lot of them. Akaxi, there's like uncountable
That's it.
numbers.
He'll say aloud to him, mostly to himself though. He'll just be like, "Man, it's a good thing I didn't eat that. That's a classic down here."
Yeah. Very, very large number, like a veritable cacophony of really quiet pig sounds. Just all around you while you're trying to rest, Akaxi. But they're really quiet. It's like
And
you
the
have to
worst
kind of
part is
focus to hear them.
there's spiders. They'll start to follow him if he tries to move out of the way.
Yeah, they're like crawling all over the web hammock and stuff. They're hanging out.
Pigs.
Don't worry, guys. I'm sure that'll wear off, and I'll close his many eyes.
I'm just gonna tell you, Hunter's gonna eat your little pig spiderlings as soon as he can. As soon as you notice they exist.
I mean, we're in a hammock in this on the roof, so I don't know.
It'll take
That
a
is a
little
lot
bit.
of reach.
Yeah.
It says I have no hit dice, but I thought we long rested after we ended the. I don't know.
I can't remember, but also, it's okay. It says you have.
How'd that happen? Who did that?
How'd that happen? Indeed. All right, so we know Tiber's resting, with likely spending some hit dice.
Just realized I have no fucking hit dice left.
What are you talking about?
Dude, I have full hit dice.
Yeah, dude, you don't take damage.
I really want him to be like, "What are you talking about?" And you just see your hit dice disappear. Where do you think they got it from?
I gave them all to Nathaniel.
It's pretty good.
But Nathaniel only gets whatever the hit dice mine are when he actually uses them to heal. He doesn't get his own hit dice number.
You can trade hit dice. Don't ask how that's done.
Yeah.
Not safe for work.
Super weird.
Against
Dude, you max
tour
rolled.
pass company policy. These are some weighted dice, bro.
Well, I mean, he rolled max.
Oh. Yeah, why did he do that?
Wait, I did roll max?
See, it says max.
Yeah, it's taking the
How do I not do
large.
that?
No, I think max just means the larger value. So it's still 1d8 plus 2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't
It's
mean
just
that
saying
it
you can't
actually
get less
rolls
than
the
zero.
max.
Because
That was what I
also
thought.
rolled max, and I got a 2.
Owned.
And this isn't a revocatus. My hit dice isn't 1d2.
Is there a Cosmonarchy unit named a Revocatus? And
Nope.
if so, why not?
Not yet. Well, I mean,
I
I
do-
made up
I get a s-
Revocatus on the spot.
I get a spell slot back.
Oh, yeah. That's it.
Good word.
Oh yeah, so do I.
True. It reminded me
Oh,
to
do
give
I
one
get-
to Leoza, too.
Do I get my strength of the grave back, or does that have to be a long rest? I think rules is written it's a long rest.
Yeah, I think I was like thinking about that one, and I think it's fine. I mean, you don't have your class is kind of gives.
It's not like they can miss.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Yeah, it's the first time playing TERATH'S Hunt with the new rules where there's no
Missing.
no miss.
Hell yeah, dude.
I think if Three Crow was pointing out earlier that it can be kind of a challenge to still have AC feel like it matters much, and I do think that if you fail the AC by a certain amount, it should just further reduce the damage to like almost nothing, but like maybe a quarter instead of half. I'm not sure what that threshold should be exactly.
You subtract 1 damage for every 1 that you roll under the AC.
Well, I think if you don't hit the AC, you half, and then on top of that, I think that would probably be fine. But that is also really complicated.
Yeah.
So.
It also, I don't think it would work in Cosmo because the damage numbers are smaller.
Yeah, and AC also doesn't really exist as a stat.
Yeah,
so.
I was gonna say.
That's true
I honestly think Cosmos like to hit nonsense isn't a great spot.
Works out. Well, this anybody
all
had
short rested?
Yeah, unless anybody else had more thoughts, we can have the time progress.
On the AC note, I had thought about if you get under the AC, it's half, and if you're 5 under that, then you either do like a quarter damage or no damage.
5 underneath the AC is further
like
reduction.
The next threshold.
Right. I think there's something to that. Now, in the midst of the short rest, for those who do not outright slumber, approximately, we'll say, a little over halfway through the short rest, there's another sound, but only one, coming from the north again. There's also what sounds perhaps like scrabbling at the door behind Tiber, or perhaps it's one of the walls behind him. And by the end of the hour, the oinking finally subsides near Akaxi, and you hear the sound of shifting stone through the pile in the east, directly behind Eric and Kristoff, actually. Well, maybe not directly, but in that general direction.
This is after the short rest ended?
Yeah, the short rest is over. I'm just catching you guys up on everything. If anybody was watching what like Kemidus was doing, he was mostly just wandering. It didn't seem like he rested much exactly. He did take a step at some point towards the little bed of like the water.
Tiber will stretch. And he'll say, "Alright, who's ready?"
Coxie will climb out of his hammock onto like the wall, and he'll shimmy his way over, or I guess skitter his way over, until you'll see him like keep 2 legs on the wall, and then like the rest of his legs will disgustingly shake in some sort of stretch, and he'll say, "I'm ready."
Nathaniel loads his light crossbow and gets up over here.
Dazzle and Hunter walk over And Hunter still has a bone in his mouth
Yeah.
that he's just happily carrying with him. And Zazzle will say, I believe we are ready.
All right. Well, here goes nothing.
I'm gonna try to open the door.
Okay. Tiber, you attempt to sort of push the door to one side, or perhaps push it inward. Any mechanism you can attempt to investigate or identify about it is used on the spot in an attempt to flex it. Clearly, the door is marked by the carpentry and the stonework to be a portal into another room. As more or less as soon as you start manipulating the door, you'll hear a sudden like a shrill, high-pitched sound that nonetheless sounds quite muffled and low through the walls and the door. But it must have been loud because, for the most part, you've barely heard anything opposite the side of these doors. The sound that you expect must have been some sort of surprise. Certainly seems to have been in response to you starting to open the door.
Oh, yeah, guys. There's someone in here that really doesn't want me to open this door. So you know what that means.
With how loud that door was, it could possibly have been my god.
Noted.
Does that mean Tiber
I believe that
continues opening
means-
the door?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I believe that means that you're going to demolish the door.
Tiber, as you
I
renew
mean-
your efforts. Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna do it a little bit more aggressively, you could say.
Yeah, that's pretty much what sounds.
He's going to demolish the door even more aggressively than he was going to begin with. So,
I think aggressive and demolish go together, you know?
yeah. So, Tiber, as you essentially push through, like, as much as you can as far as the door is concerned, you will, in the process of doing so, everybody will hear a not so distant sound of another stone door opening to the north. By positioning, it must be to the sort of cenotaph, if you will, of the veiled elf woman. But while that's going on, another sound of shrieking pierces the thick stone, perhaps a little bit louder and easier now due to the fact that it's been being shifted by Tiber. And like a very little bit of the, like, a gap is visible between the between the wall of the door and the not just like the wall and the door, but the fact that they're being pushed aside. It indicates that Tiber has actually discovered the sort of source, if you will, of the like where the door actually opens to provide any sort of aperture. And so as you've discovered that, it, like, in theory would give you even more grip strength. You could, like, put your fingers in there. But before you even really have a chance to, this strange, almost serpentine shape starts writhing between the door and the wall, as if, like, exploring the spot that you're in, the room that you're in, Tiber.
All right. Here, you two step out of the way for a second.
This will be fun.
I'm going to draw my glaive rotate it so that the blunt end is facing ahead of me like a battering ram, and then use
Ah.
bound to double strength charge into the door.
Oh shit! Timer's taken off.
Man, it would have been way cooler if you asked me to slingshot you.
Well, okay. So in the process of doing this, Tiber, you're definitely going to need, rather than like me rolling for the door, I think this is a case where you would go for an athletics check, which of course you're giga proficient in. And I was gonna say we should add a bonus to that situationally through bound. Let's see. It's a key point. That's a pretty hefty thing. Like, is plus. What do you think is fair here? Like +4 for spending a key point?
That or maybe just advantage.
I guess we'll say I do like having a mix of advantage and not advantage, just because like we don't really do the triple advantage thing. So if you get advantage, it's a binary thing, whereas if it's a flat bonus, then you can kind of stack them. So that's mostly what I'm thinking there.
And in which case, if you want to give me 4, that makes it a 23.
Hell yeah, brother. So, Tiber, you smash upon this door with unrelenting force, unmatched force. I don't think even your longest serving compatriots would have necessarily seen you take so much momentum and power into a single strike. At least it's not something you do every day, despite your heroics and your athleticism. As you break open a piece of the door and slam it through to the other side, it's, perhaps a little bit more than head-shaped in terms of its size. And it reveals, let's just say it's quite the looker. So give me 1 second here while I get that ready for you.
Let me guess. It's what's it called? What's the name of that evil god that we're fighting?
Oh, fuck yeah. I don't know what that is, but we're going to kill it.
Yep, that's
Can I eat it? Can I eat it? Can I eat it?
An
That's
enormous serpentine creature with 4 tentacled appendages and a massive mandible beak, really, and no apparent eyeballs, roars a high-pitched shriek into the room. It echoes off of the stones, which shift and quake with the fierce of the creature's maw, or perhaps the force of something else. And I'm assuming Nathaniel is indeed rolling to attack here.
Yep, he's shooting an arrow right down that thing's gullet.
Hey, remind me, Three Crow, what the bonus of like half cover was. Was it just a flat?
Let's see.
Yeah, that's a good question, because I would constitute this minimum as half cover.
All right. So, if a target has half cover, it gets a +2 bonus to its AC and its dexterity saving throws, and it has half cover if an obstacle blocks at least half of its body. 3/4 cover is +5 to AC and dexterity saving throws, and total cover means it cannot be targeted by attacks or spells.
Okay, it's definitely in between half and 3/4, but it would need to be 3/4 in order to block the damage. So I'm just going to go ahead and accept it. But that means we have to describe it as Nathaniel hitting a miraculous shot, particularly with regards to the timing of it all. As superhuman as Tiber's strength was on display there, Nathaniel's agility proves to be quite powerful as he strikes the creature in its roaring gullet. But it barely seems to scratch the beast. It's almost as if it doesn't even respond, and this shimmering green light seems to pulse over its scales of its body faintly. With that, are you indeed all ready to roll initiative? Is this you all fighting?
I am initiative.
It's initiative
There
time
is no
now.
reasoning with screaming.
Yeah, dude.
Well, it also sounds like it's a giant tentacle monster. I kind of didn't expect to be able to with it.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Effective one tentacle. This whole room. I can't roll initiative. There's no fight.
There's a fight. You're the only one who hasn't
Why
rolled
is it not
initiative.
showing? It's not showing the top bar that usually. Okay.
Open
I see
your character sheet and click initiative under your portrait.
I think it's bugged because he kept getting disconnected or whatever because of his internet. But he can also try right-clicking on the swords that are crossed next to the chat messages, the combat encounters one.
There we go. Mayo. All that aiming took up my initiative.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
Grick.
I think it's time that I put some combat music on.
Oh shit.
Nathaniel looses that shot, he'll say, My armor for a griffin.
The
We're
Grick,
underground. The griffin wouldn't be very helpful.
or whatever this creature is, forces its four fearsome appendages through the now more brittle hole of the door and begins to rip at it and tear the stones. Let's see here. One moment. Got one particular detail about this creature.
Plus psychic damage for witnessing eldritch horrors beyond comprehension.
Akaxi should be immune to those because he's an Aranesk.
Yeah, they're too dumb to think.
Okay.
I was mostly thinking that their life is just Eldritch Horrors.
Well, you guys are kind of lucky. It got a good damage roll off on a door.
Until they survived.
The Grick.
Oh no, it's gonna have the auto grapple.
The Grick smashes the door and effectively renders it more operable in the process. Well,
That's a good
not
thing
quite
to invest in.
operable, but you know what I mean. Smashed. As this occurs, Kristoff is suddenly beset upon by a smaller creature, but comparable, that leaps to the ground.
Fuck, it really is all Cthulhu. I'm roboting.
Oh shit! See you later, Kristoff.
Oh, fucking poor Kristoff.
Oh, well.
Welcome back, bro.
Oh my god.
God damn.
Oh my Jesus.
Well, he's gonna die.
We shall save him. I have drugs.
Yep. There's more, and that's what I expected. Yeah, he's gonna die.
No.
Kristoff
Kristoff.
he's fucking dead.
Eric, you must take 2 blows for Kristoff.
Yeah, that's just for this round.
Okay. Oh.
And
Yo, 5
Alexander
damage.
isn't here. So you know what that means. We don't round up. While the other creature wraps its tendrils around Eric, he seems far less subsumed by them, and instead sort of breaks away at them, barely taking any scratches. That is until, of course, the second one moves towards him, equally incapable of breaching the armor, but still proving to deal solid glancing blows. Eric looks back towards you all and hollers, "We've been engaged!"
All right. Let's get after it. We're fucking back, baby. Akaxi will turn his attention to the smaller of the creatures, understanding the problematic nature of them. And he will first start off by throwing a dagger. Me hit.
You do hit.
Me max roll damage.
That's this one, right?
Yeah, the one next to Eric, to the left of Eric.
Okay. 1 second. That's supposed to be -5. I'll fix that in a second.
I don't see any of the pop-ups anyways.
Oh. Okay, good. Because it was pranked.
I just saw them now. So.
Oh my god.
Minus 18, plus 18, minus
Let's
18.
try that again.
Plus 14.
14.
All right, we got him, boys. Okay,
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
so you've struck him. He gets shellacked.
Hell yeah. Do I want to use a spell slot? Probably not. Probably save that for the big fucker. And then he will take his very cold, hungry hands and fire a ray of frost.
Oh shit.
Do I hit?
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I'm in.
All right. So you're cooling that guy down, icing him down, and trying to stay him right where he is.
All right. How much movement do I have exactly again? I can never remember.
3 squares when on the ground, 6 squares when not on the ground. Pretty sure. Unless it says something different on your character sheet.
Doesn't walking speed also get converted to climbing speed too? About like half.
I think we... Oh, yeah, that's right. So you get... maybe we just rounded it up to 2 extra squares? I can't remember.
Yeah, it would just be 2 extra squares, I think.
You don't have... it says you have 0 feet walk, so that's not very helpful because it doesn't list what you actually have for movement.
No, because we what it was I had 30 walking speed and 15...
Oh, yeah, it says 30 climbing, 15
climbing.
walk. That's what it says
Yeah,
when I
yeah.
click on your movement. Moves for more details. Okay.
Well, I moved anyway, I believe.
All right, Tiber,
Honestly.
you're up facing off against this monster that just broke through the door. And while your men are being surrounded by similar monsters, you've got a choice to make. This thing's right in front of you.
So I will start by slamming the glaive on the ground, and the invisible force will harden around my body as I gain 4 temporary hit points.
Hell yeah.
All right, guys. Don't die to the little ones. Then I'm going to slash with my glaive at the big one.
Hell yeah.
Does that hit?
That does hit. Easily bypassing its skin.
Max damage, baby.
That's pretty big right now. Okay. You slash at it, and this one does get a reaction, unlike Nathaniel's strike. It roars in its pain, but still seems very fearsome indeed. Leoza turns quickly to Nathaniel and nods as if sort of communicating her intent, and steps away from the great beast as if leaving it to Nathaniel. Yeah, she can probably... Yeah. Okay. Well, she's going to bolt over to a location around Eric and attempt to incinerate... That was really loud. Incinerate multiple of them.
God damn, was it burning hands?
It sure was. So one of them
Those
passed
hands
and one of them
sure were
failed.
burning.
And what utter trash damage, honestly.
Dude, 1, 2, 3.
Just remember, she spent a spell slot for that.
She sure
Oh,
did.
well.
She sure did.
Do you guys know the feat Savage Attacker that allows you to reroll damage rolls for melee attacks? I feel like all spellcasters need access to that at some point.
I think there's a spell sniper or some other. There is some kind of feat that gives you that for spells.
Probably.
Yeah. Well, I feel like what spells need is they need like less dice, but more like base damage, because
Yeah, that too.
using a spell and then just like rolling all ones sucks ass.
She barely nicks it with her blade, but she really did try, honestly. Still, it's something, and Eric will immediately grab hold of his Morning Star and bring it down onto the creature, or attempt to. The lead thing is just too powerful, skirting around his attack. So, Eric shoulders his, steadies his shield, and attempts to, have to do this custom. Attempts to bash the creature over the head, being quite successful in this, sending the creature reeling backwards, but still clinging to life. In the process, Kristoff is going to attempt to slice at the creature that engaged him. That's a very glancing blow for 2 slashing, but he's going to bring the blade back in a frenzy for a second strike. And that's still not very good. Your homies are not doing hot today, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. And then he's going to stand his ground grimly, but feel like he really barely had much of a chance. I'm not looking so hot. Or I'm not feeling so hot. That's what you should say. I'm not feeling so good.
Was that Kristoff?
Yes.
Why is Mr. Demon not in the turn order?
Oh yeah, sorry. I thought I already went with him.
It's like, oh, he's secret traitor whole time? 2 seconds in?
Let me see. Do we
Starts slaughtering us from behind.
He likes to watch.
Okay.
He likes-
I am the commissar. I do not engage. I merely make sure no cowardice is performed.
Loads pistol with intent.
Yeah.
Ah!
Screeching.
Kamadas grabs hold of his axe again, holds it skyward, and points a finger accusatorily towards the creature that Kristoff swung at. In the process, a swirling sort of whirlwind of magical energy seems to project out from Kemidas's finger and sort of streak through the air above the heads of all others and down onto it in an arcing majesty, sort of. The creature is resoundingly affected by this, and Kristoff's blade, a little almost reverberation and echo of it, strikes at the creature 2 more times. The second one in particular finally striking true. All right. With those more impressive strikes over, Kemidas will, rest against the blade on the ground and lean against it for a moment and look somewhat satisfied. And Zazzle, it is your turn for real.
Okay. So I think I'm going to start with Hunter. Is going to move up and attack this Grick that's next to Leoza.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to claw at it.
Hell yeah. Ooh, you hit. For full damage.
Nice. 4 damage. Not bad.
Okay, 4 damage. That actually is enough to kill it. It barely survived the strikes from Eric.
That's awesome. So then Hunter is going to actually, essentially leap on top of it and start tearing into it with its claws.
Hell yeah, dude.
Until it just stops moving. And then at the same time, Zazzle's going to move over up behind Eric and Kristoff. And he's going to press his staff to Kristoff's back. And he's going to use Cure Wounds.
Okay. When rolling for the healing, add your proficiency bonus an extra time, because you've got Hunter alive. That's a new rule.
Ah, okay.
Little reward.
Bonus is 2. Okay.
Yeah. Woohoo!
That's a lot of healing.
That +2 is enough to get him all the way back to full health, dude. Nice. Kristoff has never felt better. He shudders in disbelief. And mutters a thanks, yeah.
Yeah, and Zazzle's gonna follow this up with saying, "You human warriors are a lot more fragile than I expected. Be grateful that you have me here."
Well, Nathaniel, are you grateful to have him here?
Nathaniel makes no comment and simply charges with a... well, he drops his light crossbow on the ground because it's no longer of use to him. And he draws a sword, 2 short swords, and he charges the monstrosity to fight alongside Tiber.
Hell yeah. That hits.
Hell yeah. And another short sword.
Okay, they both hit. So you deal a whopping 10 damage to the beast, slicing and dicing it. Perhaps you get a good nick even on one of the tentacled, the strange tentacles with all of those sucker pumps on them. And convincing it to roar with more ferocity.
Oh, what Nathaniel does is that he runs up and with all the slicing and dicing, and then he just embeds one of the swords into the creature, and using his hot hands, he deploys a new weapon, a mighty great axe for next turn.
Okay. Getting ready to get the big guns out.
Yeah.
Very good.
And then he ends his turn, ready to face whatever this monstrosity has for him.
Well, the first thing that happens is this enormous creature wraps its tentacles around Tiber in an attempt to break at it in the same way that it broke at the door. It's going to be a staggering 10 damage to break through your key. Frank, stop it. And the creature roars in a sort of victory as it brings its great beak down upon you. Ooh, but you managed to easily fend it off and dodge out of its clumsy way, not predicting your agility. Wounded still, the smaller creatures above once again go after their prey. Ooh. Only good for partial strike is the first creature attempting to strike with its beak. Ah, but Kristoff gets in.
Kristoff, bro.
Oh my god.
All that healing is gone.
All the way back to death's door again for Kristoff as the creature, wounded though it may be, lands an incredible blow. 2 strikes in a row. And Kristoff mutters and coughs up blood and says something to the effect of cursed beasts.
The universe just wants Kristoff to die, I guess.
Yeah.
This is his final battle.
No kidding.
Skittering forward, Coxie will say, "All right, your day is over."
Ooh, that's a hit.
And then he hits Kristoff and he's like, "You guys don't mind if I..."
I
gonna die
figured I
anyway,
could
it's
eat
fine.
this one, right?
That's right.
I'm assuming that doesn't kill.
That does not kill. It staggers backwards, reeling and roaring, although not nearly as impressively as the big one. Oh.
Hopefully they don't sound like pigs anymore.
Oh, shit.
All right, so that's 3, and then I roll the direction he runs. 1d4.
He runs into Kristoff.
What is a 1? Hold on.
South, north?
Wow.
1 is north.
1 is north. He runs up.
The base, actually.
He begins to do so, but then collapses under the assault of your insectoid assistants, starting to dissect him and devour him as the creature just collapses under the weight of its wounds.
After talking with Zazzle, I feel like I should apologize, but that scene excites me. In all industry.
All right, Tiber. You're up, dude. You just got crushed by tentacles.
Spider is excited.
And Spider is excited.
I fought sea snakes with more gall than you.
More gull. Huh?
Eh?
Huh?
Eh? You getting your temp HP back there?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
+4, baby.
Oh, so close to critting.
That was really close. That's what we need right now. That's less what we need right now.
Yeah, recoiling slightly from the rough hit that he took, the return swing, it doesn't land as hard as he thought it would.
The creature seems to discover slowly the gall that you speak of. Ooh, pretty good. There's little redemption here as an icy magic is deployed upon the creature, striking it to its core. Leoza moves in with her sword with the intent of striking the beast again. It's only a glancing blow against the creature's torso, but still, she takes up a solid position and gestures for Commodus to move forward, ignoring this beast. Commodus seems to acknowledge this command wordlessly, and then, once again, whips out his axe and points it in the direction of the sky. Another accusatory finger opening up towards the Grick, or the larger creature, rather, that is before Tiber and Nathaniel. And an echo of Tiber's strike seems to appear. Oh shit, that was a critical fail. Fuck. Well, this thing can't exactly do that, so we're just gonna have to call that one partial damage, but that's something I gotta think about for later, because I didn't even think about that. Though the strike appears ineffective, it still seems to do at least as much of an impact as Tiber's, perhaps through some ghastly magic of the strange origin that Commodus sports. He then meanders a bit closer, and still with his axe, brandished and his finger pointed, begins to do as best he can to be quiet about his stone-cracking speech that is under his breath, as if you can believe it. Beyond that, we have, of course, a Morningstar strike from Eric to try and finish off the beast, which he does, sending it smashing, collapsing to the ground, and then he immediately drops his bloodied weapon, stained with green blood, and begins to assess the situation with Kristoff helping him to the floor and starting to remove, do general things you would do about, when your comrade has taken quite a beating.
His attempted medieval first aid?
Yeah, like taking off the gear that seems to be blocking any access to the injuries, trying to remove the wrecked chest plate and stuff.
Popping his shoulder back into place.
Yeah, all that shit, all that medieval sorcery stuff. Medieval healthcare. All right, Zazzle. You could heal him again, but he seems to be in okay safety right now. What are you thinking?
The only issue is, what does Zazzle use his spells on other than healing?
It's true.
You don't have any.
Doesn't have a lot of options. I have poison spray.
Well,
That's like the only offensive option I have as a druid.
Yeah, other
I
than sicking
yeah.
Hunter at him.
Basically. Which I don't need to use a spell for.
No, true. I like when you
see,
thwapped him in the head with your thing, staff.
Oh, yeah.
That was
Yeah,
good.
I think I hit somebody one time and I was just like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm hitting with my staff.
Yeah. Pretty good moment.
So all three of the Gricks up here are dead?
Yep.
Okay.
The little ones are all taken care of. It's only the big guy that's left.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the cure wounds on Kristoff here.
Okay.
So Zazzle is going to take his staff and press the end of it to Kristoff's chest as it glows, and hopefully we get a good heal.
Hell yeah, remember to add that extra +2. Hey! Almost back to full again.
Dude.
Look at that.
stuff is just like
I'm just rolling really well.
Yeah.
painful.
I really like that the fucking beast crit twice on him is I mean,
I know. It's like,
It's up, down, up, down.
yeah, his heart and his brain are gonna need some cooling off after this.
12 damage, 12 healing, 13 damage, 12 healing.
Yeah,
Like, what the...
like, it's only a flesh wound, I guess.
You should be okay now, but that was the last of the powerful magic I have access to, Kristoff. So, try not to get hit again.
Eric looks
And
at
then-
you like fucking wide-eyed, like he can't believe what you just did for Kristoff twice, and Kristoff is like laughing almost maniacally, but like not quite that unhinged, and he's just like, "I'm alive. I'm gonna live."
And then Zazzle just like walks away without even acknowledging.
Yeah, yeah.
Come over here. Not quite sure what to do, and he's gonna have Hunter's gonna follow him so he doesn't see any other targets. But
Right,
Hunter's also gonna be a little confused as to how he's going to assist here.
right.
I don't see
Fucking
any way to attack the creature.
You can always prep an action that if we get pushed back, you just auto attack it. With Hunter.
Sure. Actually, I should probably put Zazzle. Whoop. Put Hunter here.
There you go. Yeah, so
Something
you can
like
basically just make it seem like Hunter's looking for an opening. If one presents itself, Hunter will take it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I'll end my turn.
Okay. Nathaniel, you're up. You're at that 3 momentum. Great axe in hand.
Alright. Great axe in hand. Nathaniel swings with an additional +2 because this is a fresh weapon.
Oh yeah. Ooh. You rolled a
that
2.
sucks.
Well, you'll still only deal half damage because that's not that far off the thing's AC.
4 damage. That really sucks. Don't get the momentum from that either. I was gonna fucking leave that buried in him.
Why don't you get the momentum?
Gut rent. Hmm?
You said you don't get the
I
momentum?
get the momentum just now constantly from hit. Like,
Oh yeah, it says when you successfully attack a creature with a fresh weapon. I guess it's worth Yeah, that's probably worth preserving for now because it wasn't written in mind with the idea you always hit. So yeah, you have to like pass the AC to gain the momentum. I think that's probably fine.
in which case, he'll just deploy. Where's the? Is it hot hand? Yeah. So as a free action, I get to deploy 1 weapon. So since that failed, he's gonna deploy his +1 dagger. Just leaving the great axe to the side as he once again stabs at the creature. And this time he is much more successful.
That's right.
Getting 6 damage in there. Wait, was the plus damage to was the +2 for a fresh weapon to damage as well?
That is terminal velocity. Let's see here.
So fresh blood, add your proficiency bonus to attacks made with a fresh weapon. That's just.
Oh yeah, it's just attacks. So it's not damage. It's the attack rolls.
Okay. All right, and then so I got one more thing in here. It was the free action for that, and then there was one more free action.
Yeah, you have
Actually
four.
making
You
a
have
roll.
4 momentum now, but you can only. You can't quite do that here. There's the reaction.
I can use the free action for an item as well once per turn. But do I even have an item I want to use?
Yeah, that's right. At 2 momentum, you can use an item as a free action. You could pour a healing potion onto
Can I
Tiber.
use that free action to augment this current strike to where I gut wrenched on that turn?
Well, the free action's for
So that
grab an
knife
item.
is now in
so
him?
I don't know how that would translate. The free action's to get an item. I don't know how that would translate exactly.
In that case, Nathaniel will just use a healing potion on Tiber with his free action.
Oh hell yeah, dude! Quaff it up, Tiber.
So yeah,
Hell
Nathaniel
yeah.
just swings with the great axe. It sort of like scrapes upon its scales or whatever. It's not very effectual. Tosses the thing to just sort of lets go of the axe, lets the momentum carry it, not too far off. And then with a swift motion, he draws both a dagger and a healing potion. As he's plunging the dagger into a vulnerable point in the beast, he uncorks the bottle with his other hand, and he just shoves it straight in the tiger's mouth. He then ends his turn. A look of satisfaction.
Well, judging by everything that's been displayed so far, and the relatively handy dispatch of the smaller beasts, this one is reconsidering the vector of attack. It's going to disengage from you, Tiber and Nathaniel, so if you would like to roll your attacks of opportunity, you feel free to.
Yes. Now, what weapons do I have?
Is that with disadvantage?
It is with disadvantage, but of course it has our new to hit rules or whatever, so.
It has to be that dagger I used, that +1. So give me a second. There we go.
Yes, I know. You have to roll through a significant amount of weapons in your inventory to find the right one.
And all the bonuses that apply situationally.
Yeah.
Be what, 5
Rip.
damage? So it's 10.
Yep. I applied it already. 5 damage from a glancing blow on the glaive. We'll say half damage of whatever the dagger rolls. Oh no, Tiber, he's targeting you.
Traitor.
Alright. You continue to wound the giant beast as it begins to slink away, and in the process tunnels into the like against the ground, or at the very least like hugs it, and almost seems to become one with the floor before essentially fading from visibility, blending in with its surroundings as it slinks away. It shifts a few things in the distance that are not visible to you right this moment, but the total lack of light in the area aside, you can hear clatter and the sound of stones moving as it begins to take off. And that's pretty much all the time I have. So that was actually really good timing, because that thing was... My plan was for that thing to retreat once you bopped its other guys, unless something else happened in between, and it didn't, so...
I should have grappled it.
That would have been pretty good.
GG's.
That's the fight. I wish I had a little bit more time to hang out after the big battle and all that, but very quick impressions. Anybody want to say any words about it?
I feel like we did good for 2 hours.
Yeah, we didn't have as much time as I thought we would have.
Well,
but...
and for not having played in a very long time.
Yeah, the character
like half
familiarity.
forgotten what was going on.
Yeah, character and plot.
Yeah,
you guys
we
got back on
resisted
it.
a lot of temptation.
True. And now Tiber finally got this door open, so that's pretty...
I know, dude. I've been thinking about this door for fucking way too long.
Now you have it,
Cliffhanger of 3 months.
right?
I hope you guys are ready for another 3 months.
Well, we'll figure out what we're actually doing.
Well, at least it sounds like ADS will be in soon.
Yeah. You guys are basically knocking on the door. It's like, I can't imagine it taking more than 2 sessions from this point onward, but I think it might even be the next one that we do, so we'll see. But I'll keep you guys posted, of course. There we go.
Then
Question is, what do we do after that?
Yeah.
We should. We may want to try to do TPP after that.
Right, we'll see.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Well, lads, absolutely
Nathaniel's actually busted with the new rule set now. Constantly dealing damage. Also, the disadvantage with the reaction thing is not a big deal now because you always do some damage. So
Yeah,
I
let's
actually like
crit fail
that.
or whatever. Yeah, I think it works out fine mechanistically. Any thoughts from you, Shoulder Man?
I'm a spider.
Yeah, you
I enjoy that he is just the least civilized thing in
Yeah.
this area. And that
I-
includes the fucking weirdo idiot.
There were some really good lines in this, which
Yeah.
you know, I think you guys have really good lines in general in all of them, but I don't know, something about this one really hit a little different. Good stuff.
Some really disturbing things have happened down here.
and
And
he's
now
one of
he's one of them.
Yeah, that fucking got me, dude. And on that note, happy birthday, 3 Crow. GG, boy.
Thanks.